Now we are going to discuss about euploidy. Euploidy is broadly divided into haploid, diploid, polyploid. What is euploid? As I said just now, almost all the cells are having two sets of chromosomes. They are called as diploid. But after meiotic cell division, if you see, the gametes are having haploidy, single set of chromosome. Yeah? If it is having single set of chromosome, they are called as haploidy. So two sets of chromosomes are called as diploid. If it is having more than two sets of chromosome, along with diploid sets of chromosome, if many sets, 1 or 2 or 3 or many sets of chromosomes are added with this is called as polyploid. Suppose along with the diploid, one more set of chromosome, if it is increases, it is triploidy. Suppose if two sets of chromosome is added with the diploid, it is tetraploidy. If it is having three sets of chromosome along with the diploid, it is called as pentaploidy, and so on. So these are all combined together are called as polyploidy. Haploidy is also having monoploidy. There is a minor differences are there. Haploidy will not be equal to monoploidy. Monoploidy is also not equal to haploidy. What is the differences between haploidy and monoploidy? I shall tell you the next concept about. Then only you can able to understand very clearly about what is haploidy. Already you know about haploidy. Haploidy is nothing but after meiotic cell division, diploid sets of chromosome will be reduced into half. So half of the diploid sets of chromosomes are called as haploidy. But monoploidy is different from haploidy. I shall tell you later on about monoploidy individually. Next, polyploidy is further divided into two types, namely autopolyploidy, allopolyploidy. What is autopolyploidy? Autopolyploidy is nothing but it is polyploidy which will be formed. That means many sets of chromosome along with the diploid sets of chromosome is increases due to or derived from same kind of species of plants or animals are called as autopolyploidy. So these are the polyploidy. Allopolyploidy is nothing but these are the polyploidy in which it is a process in which are deriving more number of chromosomes along with the two sets of chromosomes. These are derived from two different types of species or many different types of species. So these are derived from the same species itself. So these are derived from as many various kinds of species. So these are derived from minimum two different types of species. Autopolyploidy, which will be very common in most of the plants like watermelon, tomato or cabbage. So these are all comes under this category. These are further divided into autotriploid, autotetraploid. Triploid means three sets of chromosome. Tetraploid means four sets of chromosome may be there. So that's all about euploid. So these are the differences between aneuploidy and euploid. Now we are going to discuss next concept about how this allopolyploidy is formed. We are going to discuss about how allopolyploidy will be formed. Because as I said just now, autopolyploidy which will be derived from same species. It is very common because usually the cross usually takes place within the same species. But allopolyploidy is highly impossible because this is a cross between different species or the same genus. So it is most probably it is very rare. So such a type of process we shall discuss in detail now. So this is two different types of species. It's a cross between two different types of species. Raphanus sativa. It is a plant. This is nothing but radish. In Tamil it is mullangi. Another one is called Brassica oleracea. Brassica oleracea is another plant. It is cabbage. This is radish. This is cabbage. Raphanus sativa and Brassica odorizia. So two different types of species are crossed. So these are having a diploid sex of chromosome, 18 number of chromosome. Brassica odorizia is also having diploid sex of chromosome, that is 18 chromosome. Then they are having the gametes. They can produce both Raphanus as well as Brassica can be able to produce the gametes. So due to meiotic cell division, half of the number, that means haploid number to be produced. That means Raphanus produce 9 chromosome, then Brassica produce 9 chromosome. Then these combine together to form F1 generation produce a hybrid diploid 2n. This is also 18 number of chromosome. But this is sterile. This is not fertile. They cannot produce N1. The seeds might not produce N plant. So this to be doubled. That means the number of chromosome to be doubled by, there is a chemical called colchicine. If you treat this sterile F1 generation with diploid sex of chromosome, if you treat with colchicine, then it is double. That means 4x chromosome. That is 36. 18 will be increased to 36. Now I shall explain about the differences between monoploid and haploid. See here. This is 36 number of chromosome. This is diploid. 2n will be producing 36. Half of the number of chromosome. That means 2n is 36. N will be produced, that half. Half means how many? 18 chromosomes. That means n is equal to 18. So haploid is 18. Diploid is 36. But monoploid is different. That means 4 into x is 36. That means x is nothing but monoploid. That means this should be divided. 36 divided by 4. That means monoploid is 9. Understand the difference? Haploid is 18, but monoploid is 8. So this is the main difference. Haploid and monoploid. Sometimes haploid and monoploid will be having same in some of the species, but here it is not same. So this is the differences between monoploid and haploid. Okay. Here most important thing is, this is one species, this is another species. This is radish, this is cabbage. Combined together to produce a new species is called as Raphanus brassica. So this is a fertile one which can be able to produce. Similarly, one more artificial allopolyploidy we can see. Here, this is wheat plant, Triticum durum. So this is tetraploid, 4x. So tetraploid plant of Triticum durum. Macaroni is a variety of wheat variety which will be crossed with sickle cereal. This is rye plant. Rye means kambu. Triticum durum means godumai. So in between these two species it is crossed. So it is tetraploid, it is diploid. Its diploid number is 28 and it is tetraploid 4x. Sickle cell is diploid number is 14 and it is diploid. It is tetraploid because 4 sets of chromosome, it is 2 sets of chromosome, diploid. Then they produce gametes, half of the number. That means n is producing 2x, half of the number 14. Similarly, this gamete is producing half in number, that is 2n, n, 2x, x, 14, 7. Then these two fuse together to form F1 generation. N plus n, 2n, 2x plus x, 3x, 14 plus 7, 21. So triploid, sterile, F1 generation is produced. But we can double this chromosome, then which will be made into a fertile. This is sterile. The sterile form can be converted into fertile by number of chromosomes will be doubled by adding colchicine. Colchicine is a chemical. If you treat with this chemical, this will be producing a special type of hexaploid material. The 3x is doubled into hexaploid, 6x, by treating a chemical called colchicine to produce a man-made first cereal is called triticale. A wheat and rye combined together to produce a new cereal it's a man-made cereal, triticale. It's very important also. So that's all about allo polyploidy.